It's time for a rant. It's time for a rant. It's time for a motherfucking rant. Yay! What's up, Internet? Welcome to another rant. Today, I will be bitching about the gun control debate. La 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 la. Now, just to let you know, I did a bit of research so I can back up my ranting with some statistics for you guys. And I have those statistics written down right here in front of me, so you'll be seeing me do a lot of this. So bear with me. Okay, let's get started. The Second Amendment to the Constitution is the right to keep and bear arms. Quit trying to fucking take my right away from me, people. I don't own a gun. I've only shot 2 different guns twice. I don't hunt or anything like that. But that's my fucking right, and I am keeping it. So fuck off. First of all. Second of all, let's see, what do we got here? Let's talk about assault weapons, okay? So there's people that are kind of in the middle of the road, and they think, okay, well, handguns, fine, whatnot, but let's get rid of the assault weapons, because that's really where the danger lies. That's how all these mass shootings happen. Well, maybe a lot of these people that go on these crazy mass shootings use assault weapons. But if you had a gun that had 1 bullet in it, and you wanted to take that on a mass killing spree, I promise you it takes no time to dump out that clip and put a new clip in. Even if it was just 1 bullet. I mean, that's all you have to do. Shoot, dump, clip. Shoot, dump, clip. What does that take? 3 seconds? That's not enough time for any action to be taken upon that individual. So quit blaming the assault weapons, because it's fucking stupid, okay? It is. What else? Legal versus illegal. Let's talk about that, because that is my favorite part of this. This is where it really should make you go, oh yeah, duh, I'm fucking stupid. I really should be fucking thinking about it in this manner. You should really say that to yourself if you're all for banning guns after I tell you this fun fact. Okay, so let's talk about something legal. Let's take cars, for example, vehicles, okay? So when you are 16, or however old you are when you get your license, I was 18 personally, you go down, take your test, you get your license to drive a vehicle. You go buy a vehicle, mommy and daddy buys you one, what the fuck ever. So you have a license to drive a vehicle. There are rules to follow when operating a vehicle, and that's, speeding, no speeding, no running red lights, the general rules that hopefully all you guys know. What happens when you break one of those rules? What happens when you speed? You get a speeding ticket. What happens when you run a red light? Well, you get a ticket. You could injure somebody. You could kill somebody. And that's because you're not following the rules. And accidents do happen too. It could be an accident that you hit somebody and kill them. So let's keep all that in mind. Now, the good people that follow the rules, they keep their driver's license. They don't get tickets. They don't get punished. And they continue driving their cars. The bad people, they get punished. Punishments range from tickets to a suspended license to a revoked license, meaning you can never drive a vehicle again legally. People break the rules all the time. People speed, run red lights. People drive when they're not supposed to be driving. People drive without licenses. I know people that do it. I've done it before. In the very far past, because I'm totally responsible now. When it comes to guns, let's compare it to guns. When you want to own a gun, you have to obtain a license, just like driving a vehicle, and then you buy a gun. You have to go through a lot of scrutiny to buy this gun, as you should, and you use this gun for, I don't know, target practice. You got to get used to shooting it. You got to learn how to shoot it and know what you're doing. Target practice, some people like to hunt. or you keep it in your house for safety to protect yourself, your property, and your family. Now, what happens if you use that gun illegally? And there's a lot of different ways to use a gun illegally. Rob somebody, store person, kill somebody, of course. I think in a lot of places it's illegal to shoot the gun straight up in the air because that bullet can come down and kill someone. Didn't do my research on that, so I'm not positive, but I think most places it is illegal to do that. So, what happens if you get caught doing those things? If you get caught using your weapon illegally? You have punishments just like the punishments when it comes to driving and doing the illegal things while driving. So that includes jail time, correct? And eventually, if you commit a felony, you are no longer allowed to own a gun. So, with those things said, let's also talk about drugs. Now, drugs are illegal. Let's not even think about marijuana right now because that's a whole different story, and then I know in some places it is legal. So, all other drugs, they are illegal. Do people still do them? Fuck yeah, people still do them because, well, who fucking cares why? But people still fucking do them. Okay, so how do you do a drug if it's illegal? Where do you get it? Border maybe? It's brought across the border illegally, usually from Mexico. That's one place that illegal firearms also come from. Okay, so now let's do our biggest comparison here and say, if you want to go kill somebody, you are not legally allowed to own a gun because you're already a felon. What do? You get a gun from a smuggler. Or you steal it from somebody because you're already a fucking criminal, right? Okay, good. So, guns get brought over to America illegally just like drugs do. And if you're already criminal-minded, you want to kill somebody or rob someone, most likely you're going to do that with an illegal gun. You're pretty stupid if you do it with a gun that you own. So this kind of helps my argument in saying that, banning guns from law-abiding citizens is going to help us to be safer? No, it's fucking not. Think about it for a minute, people. That's all you have to do. I know people are so set in their ways, and when they have their own opinion, they're right and everybody else is wrong, but just open your minds a little bit, people. I'm not saying that all these murders are okay. They suck. I'm going to get into that in a minute. Just open your mind. Don't let them take your rights away. Okay, let's move on. Oh, okay, so let's get to the gun facts. And I like to call them the fun gun facts. Check this out. And I'm going to be reading these pretty much the way I read them. And I'll give you guys the links that you can go check them out yourselves when we're done here. If you'd like to read further or just test me and make sure I know what I'm talking about, whatever. Okay, so according to the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, 93% of firearms used in illegal acts are obtained illegally. That's exactly what I was just trying to prove earlier, proving my point. 93% of firearms used in crimes are illegally obtained. Think about it. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Guns are used 2.5 million times a year in self-defense. Now, if you want to do all the math and everything, break that down, that's 6,850 times a day. That means that guns are used to protect 80 times more often than they are to kill. Okay, think about that one. And I believe, not quite sure, but I believe that doesn't include like law enforcement. That's just citizens. And even if it does include law enforcement, then great. So twice as many children, I like this one, wait for it. Twice as many children are killed playing football in school than by guns. Football is more dangerous than gun ownership, people. Don't fucking play football. Football's stupid. Yeah. No. Anyhow. Okay, so let's try this one out for size. In Washington, D.C., fucking D.C., they have one of the most restrictive gun control laws in the United States, and yet D.C. is frequently the murder capital. No brainer, right? Yeah. The citizens can't own the guns legally, but the criminals are getting them illegally, and killing people. Yeah. Wake up. Okay. So, and then check this out. It's been 25 years that they've had this really strict, gun control, gun laws in D.C. And since then, the murder rate in D.C. has increased by 51%, while the nation's rate decreased by 36%. Bam. Okay. Now, here's some quick rates that I'll put up for you to see. It might be right here. It might be right here. I don't know yet. So, yearly death rates, okay? Check it out, check it out. So, firearms, okay? All firearms. Yearly death rates by firearms, 28,163. Motor vehicles, 43,354. Flu and pneumonia, 65,313. Doctor negligence, 98,323. Maybe we should use our guns on the doctors. That fucking sucks. Okay. Chronic lower respiratory diseases, 122,009 deaths per year. Stroke deaths, 167,661. Cancer, 553,091 deaths per year. And the number one killer in the United States, which has been for many, many years, heart disease. Not guns, people. Heart disease. We all know it. Heart disease kills 710,760 people per year. Fuck you, heart disease, but that's another rant. All right, moving right along. Pretty much to sum things up here, who's to blame? People. People suck. You people I love. You people aren't out there killing people. But there's problems in America. There's a lot of problems in America. We can't blame machinery. We don't blame the cars for killing people. We don't blame the cars for speeding. We don't blame the drugs for killing people. Well, actually, yeah, sometimes we do. We have to blame ourselves. You have to blame the person, okay? So, what's my solution? Well, if I had a solution, I'd be the president, right? No. There are a couple solutions here, or at least a path onto solutions, I believe. And mental health care. Our mental health care in this country sucks, just like with medical health care. And, we need to get to these people who are actually suffering from one thing or another up here before they go out and kill a bunch of people out there. So that's one thing that really needs to be beefed up. We need to recognize when people need counseling, psychiatric help, and get to that. So come on, fucking America, give us our mental health care. Another thing that I think would be helpful in the path to control these mass shootings and anything else would be stiffer punishments. And I don't mean just like, death penalty because he killed 20 people. I mean, when you robbed a store with a gun. Now, yeah, there are more punishments when it's armed robbery as opposed to just robbery. But it needs to be beefed up. Way up. Okay, so maybe so far up that criminals are even scared to pick up a gun because they know they don't want to spend the rest of their lives in jail. Something fucking crazy like that. I don't know. And then lastly, as far as obtaining guns legally, we need to have more screening. This is my personal belief, just like all of this has been. We need to have a mental health screening in order to obtain a license to carry a weapon. If you're crazy, I'm sorry, but you can't have a fucking gun. And if you're sane, fucking go at it. It's your right. It's the Second Amendment. Fucking enjoy life. And protect your fucking self. Alright guys, that's it for me. Thank you so much for tuning in. I would really love to hear all your comments. Whether you agree with me or not, I don't care, just let me know. And please subscribe. I'd love to have your feedback and even love to hear from you about what you want me to rant about. Alright guys, have a good one. Peace!